Herbal medicine, also known as a tradomedicine, is the study of botany and the use of medicinal plants. Plants have been the basis for medical treatments through much of human history, and such traditional medicine is still practiced today. ESOMARON Herbal Institute was established by Solomon Balosibina to research into various herbs for the improvement of human health. The Herbal Institute came into full operation on the 20th of March 2000. The Institute, apart from research work, carries out consultation with the aim of administering the products of their research on patients with various ailments.
A researcher into herbs. I'm an architect by profession, but the Nigerian Society of Pharmacognosis saw our work and decided to induct me as a member of Nigerian Society of Pharmacognosis. I believe the only non-pharmacist that is so inducted into that society. We produce or research and produce drugs from here, specifically herbal products, purely herbal. And by the grace of God, they are known to work very fast. Unlike the imported herbal drugs that they will tell you, use plenty before you start feeling the effect. We will tell you here, give us feedback in the next 12 hours maximum. Because our herbal preparation is so strong, and not just strong, it combines well with orthodox drug without any negative effect. It's unique because here we work from answers to the question. When God reveals the answers, we now walk to the question. How can it be? How possible is it? Our herbal preparations have given us edge over known drugs. For example, the first one that came out from here was sickle cell drug, which the government themselves had to carry out some tests on it. And researchers said, if you are on Solamia and still have crisis, please sue the researchers, not the producers. They were so confident of what they have. Our sickle cell drug does not just eliminate the crisis completely. I stand by my word, completely. But it goes further to eliminate anything associated with sickling, like leg ulcer, like fragile look, and so many other things.
ESOMARON Herbal Institute is committed to the belief that evidence-based medicinal plants and botanicals have a major and ever-growing role to play in the lives of Nigerians, particularly in the area of public health. Solomon Balosibina, the president and founder of ESOMARON Herbal Institute, revealed that his herbal products can cure sickle cell anemia, HIV, and the dreaded coronavirus.
In 2001, during the Abalaka era, we call it Abalaka era, we were the only one given the opportunity of 2 centers. One is in Niprid, and the other one was taken by World Health Organization to Federal Medical Center Makurdi and used it on full-blown AIDS, 10 of them, according to their report. And at the end of it, they all were well below detectable level. I'm quoting their words, which we now call negative. But that of Niprid, the Dr. Ekpenyong, I'm ready to say it as it is, Dr. Ekpenyong at Niprid was busy selling our own product to non-participants, that is those who are not among the disease. The only couple she mistakenly directed, we are not supposed to know them, she mistakenly directed to our place to come and collect blood that there's not enough blood for her there with her. The only couple, they are still alive and healthy till today. And the report NIPRI gave then was that our drug, what they discovered was that it increases the viral load and also increases the CD4, which is never possible. It's either your viral load is going up and your CD4 is coming down, or your CD4 is rising and the viral load is coming down. But the report they gave to government, which government didn't even challenge to say, how come? How do you get that type of result? Is that our drug increases both. In fact, Dr. Inyang, the DG then, had to call me because I was not even aware of what was going on there. They had to call me and say, please don't make noise. We'll solve it in-house. But unfortunately, that is what happened. And this, what we are talking about, if it can take care of HIV, which we still use for patients today, we don't make noise. We don't make noise. What I mean, we don't even advertise. We don't. But our drug advertises for us. And because of the sales we are making from the drug that is advertising for us, we are able to put this structure down without, what do you call it? No overdraft, no loan. And by the grace of God, according to NAFDAC that has been coming, officials that have been coming here, they say it's the biggest herbal factory in the Federation.
The institute has suffered setbacks from the federal government, but he is determined to continue to appeal to Nigerians that a solution to the COVID-19 is not far away from us, but in the plant called Andrographis paniculata.
We wrote to the former Minister of Health that we have something that is good for cancer. Because when our drug was stopped, because what is the name? WHO wanted to do a clinical trial for this so that Nigeria can be lifted up for the performance of this drug on what they saw at Federal Medical Center Makurdi. But I will say an individual in NAFDAC sat on it because she said she doesn't believe in herbal. When the thing now came to the open, by the time it came to the open, it was already January. The money has been returned. And when it came to the open, at about 11, that's when I got a call from a staff at their Lagos branch. And the staff said, sorry, Pastor, we didn't approve your this thing because my madam said she doesn't believe in herbal. And when I called the WHO, and they called her. In fact, WHO made a statement, said, we will never help Nigeria. I'm bold to say that we will never help Nigeria. And they called her. Before 2 p.m., letter of approval came. What shall we do with it? You see how the letter with us. What shall we do with it? We didn't stop there. We started developing. We're still developing the drug. What next? What next? I reported to the former Minister of Health that, sorry, we have something that could help cancer patients. And the minister said, okay, come and face panel. NAFDAC officials were there too. And I faced the panel and I said, this is how it works. Nobody could ask any question except NAFDAC official that said, ESOMARON, you have this and you didn't bring it for registration and you allow people to die. You may wonder, why didn't I take it for registration? What will I say the drug is doing? NAFDAC will tell you that no.
They don't believe in health.
They don't believe in health. So you say, for example, ESOMARON, immune booster. They are now even arguing that we should remove that word immune booster from it. He didn't tell me directly, he told his staff. It's the staff that called me.
So these drugs?
Yes. After that, I didn't hear anything from the minister. I now had to compile list of people. Thank God we don't have any lab here. We don't have any lab. We have room for lab, but we don't have the equipment. We don't even allow tests here. Go and do your test anywhere. Come to us. When we treat you, go back to anywhere of your choice and give us the result. So that you won't think it's a cooked result we are giving you. So we now compile list of people who were so affected with cancer, and we sent it to him. Except people hear an answer today. This man that even wrote that they have a cancer drug for cancer. Let's even write them, because I could remember when this cure for HIV was on. We went to what do you call it, NACA, and we showed them evidences from hospitals of people who became negative. NACA wrote to us and said, wishing you success in your endeavor. That's all NACA said. But unofficially, they direct people to us. Unofficially, their staff direct people to us. You want to get cure, go to ESOMARON.
Since the attention for global funding for international traditional herbal medicine researchers became on the rise, ESOMARON Herbal Institute was one of those research institutes that was eminently qualified to attract the WHO funding in Africa. These unfortunately did not see the light of the day. It was discovered that NAFDAC turned the golden opportunity down, even with all the correspondences to the Secretary to the government of the Federation.
This drug is not just that it will take care of coronavirus. It will boost your immunity. Very fast one. If you think I'm lying, take your CD4 now, and next tomorrow, go and, after you take your CD4 and see the difference. The great difference, I will put it. So, if your immunity is boosted, the virus cannot enter. That is one. Two, if the virus even enters, this drug has antiviral property. International report, it has bacterial properties. It has even the throat, it has everything. In fact, we wrote it there in the letter we sent to the Minister of Health, that this thing contains this and this and this. Because if he thinks we are lying, let him Google. It's not we are not going, you understand? We don't need to go and start from ABC. They have taken us up to, maybe let me call it HND or OND level. Let's start from there. In 2010, Nigeria nominated me to represent the country in India. And what I did was to present paper on the sickle cell. They were wondering, because the herb I'm even talking about is not an African herb, not to talk less of Nigeria. It's not an African herb. It's herb that is traditional with them. But we've been able to culture it here in Nigeria. You know, because we have virtually the same temperature or whatever with Nigeria, with India. So, they marvel, they have the highest number of sickle cell. And they say, you mean from this herb, you are able to arrive at this? At least 3 of them differently had come to us here from India, that they want to team up with us. And if I may go back a little bit, in 2008, US wanted us to come over to US. They came looking for us. They couldn't locate us. They now went to the Ministry of Science and Technology, who now gave us letter to them at embassy. Immediately I got there and said, we are going abroad. If you are the producer of this. So, what are we talking about? This drug is not just for coronavirus. It protects you from every other area. You are talking of fever? Yes, scientifically proven. Throat infection? Yes, scientifically proven. Hepatitis? Yes, scientifically proven. So what do you want to? It's a package of this. In fact, a doctor, medical doctor in Nigeria, who happens to read about it, came and collected this. We sell it for 2,000 naira. Came and collected 3 bottles and went to Lafia and sold it for 100,000 to the patient there. And the patient was saying, "Thank you, please can I get more?" He refused to pick his call again. A medical doctor. So what are we talking about? This helps Nigerians.
The institute noted that the products of its research stood tall among other nations, and the benefits are far-reaching in a lifetime, and calls on the federal government to patronize ESOMARON herbal products during this period of the lockdown, also adding that all Nigerians are together on this within this period of the lockdown.
It's like your food. Despite the fact that it's not only one herb, we combine other herbs. Okay, it's 20 ml. We don't even allow you to take a spoon because your spoon is different from our spoon. You understand? We have a measuring cup that is graduated. Morning, evening, if it is just for immune boosting. Then if it is infected, it becomes 6 hours long. We wrote it there. We wrote it there. Because it takes care of people that have fever, they take it. So many areas, they take it. Blood pressure, they take it. Even diabetes, and they take it, and they are all right. They may call it Gbogbo Niche or whatever. Yes, it contains it. Some of them will say, no, they don't have dosage. I've just told you about our dosage. Only telling us, please, invest inward. Look inward. The herbal product is there. Is there. You see? See, what we've been discussing is majorly from this herb. Majorly from this herb. And for some of you to show us that it is not that we are hiding anything, as they usually say herbalists do. The name of this herb is Andrographis paniculata. Google and you find what it does in the body. The Bible tells us that all things work together for good. I will one other way say thank God for COVID-19, because any little headache, Nigerians are gone abroad for treatment. Now they will be forced to look inward. The answer is here. The answer is with us here. I'm not saying necessarily ESOMARON herbals. No, the answer is in Nigeria. Please believe in Nigeria.
But ESOMARON herbal products becomes the answer to COVID-19 pandemic. We only hope that the opportunity has once again presented itself. Rather than fold up and lock up yourself in fear, the solution is not far from you. ESOMARON herbal product is the answer to COVID-19 pandemic.